Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We've got high school football tonight on yourliveevent.com. East Grand Forks Green Wave playing host to the Perham Yellow Jackets, my mistake there. And I want to welcome you into our American Crystal Sugar pregame show. Dawson Peterson on hand and Derek Zimmerman-Geyer joining me here as our color commentary. East Grand Forks Green Wave 1-2 overall on their season. Their one win so far this year was at Thief River Falls, a 15-14 victory. That was their last game on October 23rd. They lost at Fergus Falls on October the 9th and October 15th versus Detroit Lakes 21-7. In last year's matchup versus the Perham Yellow Jackets, it was a 60-44 game, a high-scoring affair. Will it be that way again tonight with some really nice weather this evening out here in East Grand Forks? Other side of things, Perham Yellow Jackets 1-3 overall on the season. Their one win was their opening win of the season at Park Rapids area, a 40-7 victory. They lost at Pequot Lakes 21-14 and versus Detroit Lakes 28-10. They lost to the same three teams last season before winning the Section 8 AAA tournament in the Fargo Dome. They defeated Dilworth Glendon Felton in that game. They're only averaging around 10 points per game in their three losses and 40 in their one win. Their next game after tonight will be versus the Fergus Falls Otters. We'll take a quick break and keep moving on in our pregame show. You're listening to yourliveevent.com.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the yourliveevent.com YouTube channel. Yourliveevent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on yourliveevent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit yourliveevent.com for more information.
And welcome back to East Grand Forks in our American Crystal Sugar pregame show. Discover career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. We are just over there on the clock before we get the opening kick between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Perham Yellow Jackets tonight on yourliveevent.com. And I want to bring in our color commentator this evening, Derek Zimmerman-Geyer. We have some storylines tonight, one of them being the last time these two teams matched up was last season, and it was a 60-44 game.
Dawson, you said earlier it was a 60-44, a barn burner W for Perham in Week 6 last year. Both teams this year are down in scoring this season. Perham only averaging 18 points per game after scoring 34.2 per contest last season. Now, as for EGF, they weren't scoring too many points last season, but it's even cut in half even more this season, down to 11.3 points per game after putting up 22.4 digits per game last season. That's quite a drastic drop for both teams, so we might not see that barn burner type of shootout this season. But both teams scoring basically cut in half. Perham hasn't scored more than 14 points since Week 1 when defeating Parker Rapids area 40-7.
And we talked about a little bit before I mentioned that the Perham Yellow Jackets, they're 1-3 overall in the season. They're one win at Park Rapids area, and they lost to Dilworth Glendon Felton 13-8, lost at Pequot Lakes 21-14, and then their most recent loss versus Detroit Lakes 28-10. The funny thing is, last season they lost to all three of those teams in the regular season, and then they went on to the Section 8 AAA tournament and won the championship game there, defeating DGF. So far right now, they're right on schedule with what seems like last season.
And with Perham right now this season, sitting at 1-3, this is unfamiliar territory. With Perham's annual success, like I said, sitting at 1-3, the Yellow Jackets haven't finished a season under 500 since 2015, which coincidentally enough is the last time they lost the EGF. And right now they sit 7th in the Midwest Red Conference and only 5th in Section 8. So, like I said, coincidentally enough, that last time they lost the EGF, 2015, and a 34-26 win for the Green Wave.
Well, 1-3 overall in the season in our COVID-19 shortened season, but we're going to have some football tonight. We're 20 minutes away from the opening kick between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Perham Yellow Jackets tonight on yourliveevent.com.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in to yourliveevent.com for our coverage of the East Grand Forks Green Wave tonight and the Perham Yellow Jackets. Dawson Peterson on hand, Derek Zimmerman-Geyer, our color commentator this evening, and Ryan McCullum, our engineer, helping us out this evening as we are 16 minutes away from the opening kick tonight. And Derek, you had a storyline with a Green Wave. They could potentially finish over 500 this season for the first time in a while.
And we just talked about Perham finishing below 500 for the first time in a while. Well, once in a blue moon, Green Wave looking to finish above 500 like you just said. Saw 7 straight losing seasons from 2011 to 2017 and felt finally hitting the 500 mark and 6-4 for 2018. However, EGF fell back to 3-6 a year later. Now, despite the lack of positive results in the last decade, the Green Wave can potentially, like we just said, turn over new league tonight with this team they sit ahead of in the conference and section rankings, but that is because one of the teams had a game postponed last week.
Absolutely, and the schedule shake-up and a lot of shifting around for really everybody. You know, I know some teams, they're supposed to play on Friday night, and then they move it to Saturday afternoon, and I don't believe this happened this evening. Of course, it's still a regularly scheduled game, but if it were to happen in a game, how much do you think that would affect teams this season?
Moving things around, you say?
Moving the schedule around from Fridays to Saturdays, or we've even seen teams reschedule and go to Wednesdays as well.
Well, we're calling a game next Wednesday, but with EGF, this team doesn't have the momentum that Perham has right now. They didn't play a game last week, so you could get a little cold, not stale, but you might not have, like I said, that momentum going forward. Even though that Perham lost their game last week, 28-10, even though they still lost handily, they still were on the field as the Green Wave. EGF, they were not.
Yeah, 28-10 loss. That was versus Detroit Lakes on what we would call Halloween Eve, and they're 1-3 overall in the season. The Perham Yellow Jackets they defeated Park Rapids area in the opening game of the season on October 9th, 40-7, but they lost 3 in a row since then. That's where they sit at 1-3 on the year. Lost to Dilworth Glendon Felton 13-8, and then the following week at Pequot Lakes 21-14, and versus Detroit Lakes 28-10, the final score there. They're looking to pick up a win tonight versus the East Grand Forks Green Wave, who are looking to sit at 500 going into the final game of the season next week, and that one's going to be a game versus Park Rapids area, who the Perham Yellow Jackets defeated in the very first game of the season. But we're going to have some fun tonight. As we said, the game last year versus these two teams, 60-44 was the score. We'll take a quick break, and you're listening and watching on yourliveevent.com.
86-29 this year has been performing outstanding in growers fields. As you can see, the root shape on 29s again, presenting just a great root shape all the way around. This has been our top seller this past year, and it looks to be again. This variety is just performing great out in fields.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on YourLiveEvent.com.
New to our portfolio, pending approval, is 8961. 8961, as you can see, some excellent root shapes here. We could place this one in fusarium country under those moderate to severe categories and still be providing us some excellent tons and sugar per acre as well. So we're really excited about this one. Another high tonnage type beet with good sugar on top of it.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on YourLiveEvent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
High school football tonight on YourLiveEvent.com. We are just over 9 minutes away from the opening kick between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Perham Yellow Jackets this evening. And we want to talk about another storyline here in our American Crystal Sugar pregame show. Learn more about American Crystal Sugar, including career opportunities online at crystalsugar.com. Big storyline heading into tonight's matchup. Finn Diggins, the tight end for the Yellow Jackets. He's not going to be playing. He's got the injury. He hurt his leg, and as we know, he was set to go to NDSU, I believe still is, and all that's going on. But with the leg injury, Derek, how much attention is that going to? He carries a lot of attention on offense, and how much of a difference will that make then for the Green Wave?
Well, he is the main guy for the Yellow Jackets. He can play quarterback, he can play running back, wide receiver, obviously playing tight end, going to NDSU as a committed tight end, and he's a heck of a defensive end. He has the season record for Perham with 10 sacks in the season, also the school record in general, and throughout a career of 18. So he brings a lot to the table, and a lot of the table is taken off right now for Perham when he's out with his leg injury.
Well, Diggins out, and some more news. The quarterbacks, Colton Hackle and Josh Peterson, they're going to be rotating and taking the snaps under center, taking turns. That could be something we're going to keep an eye on as well, as if can the Perham Yellow Jackets get into a sort of a rhythm? Will that rhythm be disrupted when they switch out quarterbacks? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I like to think that Colton Hackle and Diggins have been rotating as of this year in previous seasons, so it might not throw Perham off the rhythm too much to keep the quarterback rotation, the carousel going, keep it going, like keep the offense fluid, like things aren't missing a beat. It's a different person, like you got Peterson at quarterback now if it's in the rotation, but they're just trying to maintain what they had in the past.
Well, potentially we'll see what happens. It was nice all of this week with the weather-wise starting to cool off now as we are 7 minutes away from the opening kick between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Perham Yellow Jackets. Green Wave 1-2 overall on the season. Their last game at Thief River Falls, a 1-point victory. 15-14 was the score in that one, and tonight is their first game in 13 days. And will that have an effect tonight, playing with having the canceled game last week? How much of an effect will you think that'll have?
Like I said, it says it just might stilt them after taking a week off, while the other team, you got that momentum. Like we said, they've been on a 3-game losing streak after winning 47 in their season opener, but you still have been on the field for over a month now, and you keep going, and once you take a week off, it might be a little more difficult to get adjusted to coming back.
Well, it might be difficult to adjust, or they get the whole week to prepare, and they're going to be on top of the game. We'll see in about 6.5 minutes, and we'll take a quick break right here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit YourLiveEvent.com for more information.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Ulster Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Ulster Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Welcome back, and ready for the opening kickoff. East Grand Forks going to kick off to Perham to start. It's going to be Richter and Hackle back deep for the Perham Yellow Jackets. The Green Wave 1 and 2, Yellow Jackets 1 and 3. Kickoff, we are underway. It's going to be a short kick, and coming up now and charging, that's going to be Hackle, who takes it across the 20, now to the 25, out across the 28, 29, and falls down to the 30-yard line, and that will be the first drive starting point for the Perham Yellow Jackets this evening. We have some keys to the game for both teams, and the keys are going to change, Derek, with Diggins with the injury.
That's right. We're going to get our first look at Perham without Diggins on this offense, but for the Green Wave, you can't let it become a shootout. We're going to see how it starts off right here with the Perham offense out in the spread.
5 receivers now. Hackle takes the snap, looks for the handoff, going around the far side of the edge. That's Peterson working his way, and now falling, maybe gets a yard, maybe 2, and it's going to be second down, and looks like 9.
That's just a great job by the Green Wave defense. Containers getting out to that left side, getting that edge, and making sure he doesn't take it to the right.
Perham, they're going to work with a little bit of pace. And the shotgun is Hackle with a wingback down in the three-point stance. He'll take the shotgun snap, hand it off, and going pretty much nowhere, I believe. We'll see where that comes up. That was Chaz Melvin, the junior wide receiver for Perham.
And Eric Treble, defensive end, defensive lineman for the EGF, in there with that stout defensive line, holding it right there.
3rd down and 9, opening drive of the game. 1 receiver to the left, now 2 to the left, and 2 receivers out to the right. That's 3 receivers now to the left with Hackle in the short shotgun. He'll take the snap, look to the left side, roll out to the left across the 25, trying to get the line of scrimmage. He does to the 30, 35, tries to turn the corner. He's close to the sticks. We'll see the spot as the line judge comes up, and it looks like he got only 8 when he needed 9.
Most of the time when Hackle's in trouble like that, he has a security blanket and Diggins to dump it down to or find him wide open or just throw it up to him. But right there, he has to use his legs, almost grabs it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it and he uses his legs once again.
4th down and short, same formation, but 3 receivers to the right this time. Hackle's going to keep it himself, look for a little space, and the East Grand Forks Green Wave, they're all over it, and it's a turnover on downs on the opening drive.
That's exactly what you want when you're the Green Wave. You want the quarterback coming right at you, and you got no one else stopping you from hitting him, and the whole defensive line of EGF swarmed in on Hackle.
East Grand Forks will take over 1st down and 10 on the Perham 38, and we'll go through their starting lineup with Gerber, the 1 wide receiver. The guys up front, Jack Fuller, Spencer England, Eric Treble, Colin Peterson, Caleb Zedelik, and Brandon Anderson out at the wide receiver spot. Vadova is going to be the quarterback, Vosick the 1 running back, Schultz the other running back, and Tollefson the other wide receiver. Pistol set for Vadova. Fakes, play action, in from the blind side, and a sack for the Perham Yellow Jackets. Defensive line, number 60, it was Caleb Young from the blind side, and he was all over him in a hurry.
Vadova had no time whatsoever. His left tackle, Caleb Zeidler, got beat right off the bat, and he is absolutely buried for the first play from scrimmage.
So Perham goes turnover on downs. The defense helping him out a little bit with the sack. 2nd down and 17. Green Wave on their own, or the Perham 45 rather. Vadova, pistol again, has the snap, tries to work to the left side, and got to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to weasel his way up for maybe a gain of 1, now 3rd down and long.
Great job by Long once again. He gets to that side. He doesn't make the play, but he forces Vadova back inside, and that's where all his buddies is waiting for him.
Gain of 1 on the play. 3rd down and 16 for the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Opening drive of the game for Perham goes turnover on downs. They didn't even get across midfield. Took a risky move to try and go for it on 4th and short, and they didn't get it. 3rd down and 16. Vadova, short pistol. Now they're going to give it back on a power play to the left side. That's Vosick across the line of scrimmage and across the 40 now to the 35 will be the official spot, and a gain of 9, and it's 4th down and 7.
And if you're Perham, you're okay with that. They get some extra yards, but it's still 4th and long, and that means that you will have to pass if you want to get this 1st down, and so far we have seen the Yellow Jackets defensive line can do just that. They can rush the quarterback.
4th down and 8, a little bit better than 4th down and 16. A nice pickup there from the running back, Vosick. Vadova, pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. Calling out signals now, takes the snap, looks to the right side quickly. Now he's going to pump fake, take it up the middle, runs into a Yellow Jacket right around the line of scrimmage and gets wrapped up. So now both teams trade turnover on downs on their opening drive.
And that was Long and company once again getting the pressure, forcing Vadova to step up and right into the midst of the rest of the Yellow Jackets.
Nice job defensively by Perham. So now they're going to get it back right around where they had their first turnover on downs. It's going to be 1st down and 10 on their own 39-yard line. Hackle in there at quarterback. That's a design quarterback power off the right side to the 35, now to the 40, working his way to midfield and getting wrestled down. That's a big gain of about 14 or so for Hackle and a 1st down for Perham.
Nice fake right there. Fooled the entire defensive line. Got some of the linebackers to follow that running back and just open up the hole.
Hackle officially got a couple extra yards for a 17-yard run. Now he's in the pistol set with a wing back to his left and a running back behind him. Takes the snap, hands it off the middle. It was a short option play, and nothing doing there from Chaz Melvin, and a gain of nothing.
Defense line and linebackers immediately swarming in there, and like you said, didn't get much.
First 2 handoffs to Melvin in the game so far. Couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the right, same formation. Hackle, power, up the middle, gets maybe a yard and runs into the Green Wave defense there. Gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Well, Hackle just ripped off 18 yards in that same play design we just saw a moment ago. Did it again, and the Green Wave defense wisened up to it.
3rd down and 9, 7:35 to go, quarter number 1. Both teams trading turnover on downs on their opening drives of the game. Two receivers are going to come to the near side of the formation. Hackle in the shotgun with a running back to his right. Takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, takes it himself across the 40, now to the 35, angling to the sideline, runs into a defender, and falls out of bounds at officially the 31-yard line, and a 1st down for Perham.
Same play design once again, 3rd time on this drive. Only difference, Hackle another hole, and he turns on his right blinker and goes up to the right hash mark.
Big gain for Hackle. And the 1st down, 2 wingback running backs now. Hackle the snap, option play, takes himself to the right side, 30, 25, now to the 20, and out of bounds again on the far side of the field. And that's going to be a pickup of, looks like, 12 yards for Perham, and consecutive 1st downs for the Yellow Jackets.
Hackle just using his legs on both drives. I said in my original notes that they're going to have to find another star to complement Diggins. Well, Hackle, he's going to need to find a star to complement him. He can't run forever.
1st down and 10. Ball on the Green Wave 19. Yellow Jackets finding it here in the 2nd drive of the game. Inside 7 minutes in the 1st quarter on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Hackle fakes the handoff, takes it himself off the right side of the formation, and picks up, looks like, 4 yards. Now 2nd down and 6.
You think at least one time out of these 5 times they've ran this play, Hackle would hand it off to Melvin, maybe find something different, but he's still gaining, 4-5 yards a pop in those last 2 big carries. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That was a 4-yard gain there. The previous 2 went for over 10 for consecutive 1st downs. 2 receivers to the left, now 1 to the right. Hackle in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, and that's the exact same play, getting to the 10-yard line, putting his head down for a couple extra yards, and he gets ripped down. That looks like the 8.
And I'm going to just go on a limb here and say with 3rd and about medium, no, actually picked up the 1st. Yeah, here and down near the goal line, I wouldn't be surprised they run the play again.
Inside the 10-yard line, 1st down and goal for Perham. 3 receivers come to the left. The near receiver tight to the formation. Hackle alone in the backfield. A design power with his guard pulling to the right, looking for the pylon, and he's in for a Perham touchdown, and they get the 1st points. It's 6-0.
Just take out Chaz Melvin out of the play. He wasn't in the backfield, but all you have to do is give Colton Hackle the ball, run to the right side. Didn't have pressure until he got to the pylon. It was already too late, stretching out for it.
Hackle goes for 8 yards to the end zone. And now the Yellow Jackets are going to go for the 2-point conversion. All Colton Hackle in the 2nd drive of the game, and now he's going to take the power and do it himself for 2 more. 5:45 to go, quarter number 1. Perham Yellow Jackets have the advantage on the East Grand Forks Green Wave, 8-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a quick break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
86-29 this year has been performing outstanding in growers fields. As you can see, the root shape on 29s again, presenting just a great root shape all the way around. This has been our top seller this past year, and it looks to be again. This variety is just performing great out in fields.
Welcome back. The Perham Yellow Jackets punch it in, 8-0, Colton Hackle. A lot of carries on that drive. Derek, what's your reaction to the scoring drive for the Yellow Jackets?
Very, very different from their first drive. They couldn't get anything going, and then they saw Hackle run it at the very end of the drive, and it was like, maybe we should let him try that a few more times, and boy, did they run that into the ground.
Yellow Jackets set to kick off, 5:45 to go, quarter number 1. We're going to kick off, I believe it's Schmiedeberg back deep for the Green Wave, standing right around his own 9-yard line. Hackle, who just punched it in and the 2-point conversion, in charge of the kicking duties. Right-footed line drive kick and a bouncer off the ground, rolls out to the 25-yard line, and it's a Green Wave player on the far side of the field. On the return, it was Vadova picking it up, one of the upbacks, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Green Wave. Ball on their own, looks like 34-yard line.
And on the last possession for the Green Wave, they couldn't have been picked in a better spot to start their first drive of the game, and they squandered it in Perham territory. Now back in their own territory at the 32.
5:39 to go in quarter number 1. Green Wave player comes off to the near sideline. Vadova and company in that pistol set. Awaits the snap. Now he's going to take it. Gives to his running back off the right side. Tries to reverse his field. And it was Schmiedeberg carrying the ball and looks like 8 yards.
Good vision by Schmiedeberg going out to the right side and cutting it back up the middle to gain positive gain right there.
8-yard gain for Schmiedeberg. And now it's second down. And actually, officially, they move him back. Second down and 4, so it was only a gain of 6 for Schmiedeberg. Same formation. Vadova has the snap, hands it off to his running back, and he's immediately stuffed right around the far side. Looks like he lost 2, and a good defensive play by the Yellow Jackets.
That looked like it was all Tegan Bennett right there, the junior defensive end, crashing in immediately.
Tough to see some of the Green Wave numbering with the black uniforms, green helmets, and the green numbering with the white trim. They quickly hustle up to the line of scrimmage. 4.5 to go, quarter number 1. Vadova, they try to draw him off sides, and they had him for a second but didn't snap the football. So now Vadova takes a peek over at his sideline on the near side. Calls signals out to the line of scrimmage offensively. 4:20 and ticking, quarter number 1. Vadova looks to the right, nothing there. Now he's going to try and step up, and he's going to run into the Yellow Jackets, and that's going to be a sack. And now third down.
Pressure coming from on both sides of the left and right tackle. Coming in was Ryan Solberg to clean up the sack. Officially, he gains 1 yard on the play. We'll see what they do here, deep and still kind of near midfield, but still in their own territory.
Now fourth down with the chains flipping over, so it looks like they're going to punt it, and Campos will be the punter, and Richter is back deep with his heels at his own 22. End over end punt. Richter charges. He's going to get it. Now he's going to muff it all over. It's the Green Wave, but it looked like Richter might have snuck back in to recover it, and the near side line judge comes in, points back, and it's going to stay with Perham. Richter gets lucky. It goes through his hands. Looked like a Green Wave player came diving after it, and it slipped through his hands as well. Richter catches a break and jumps on it.
And that's going to hurt EGF in the future. They had one drive in Perham territory already. They could have had another right there, even deeper inside the 15 and the 20.
So the ball spotted on the 20-yard line. Hackle takes the snap, hands off on the sweep. That is number 12, Josh Peterson, taking a handoff, and he loses 2 so far.
And that's one of the first times, or one of the first few times, that someone else besides Hackle has ran the ball, and he goes for negative gain on there. So we might see why Hackle might be the focal point right now.
Well, other than Hackle, the Green Wave have done a nice job on the run defense, coming up on 3 minutes to go in quarter number 1. 2 receivers to the right side and a wing back tight to the formation. Hackle in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Now he's going to take it himself to the right side, finds a little space across the 20-yard line and falls forward to, looks like the 21 for a gain of about, we'll call it 5.
And those defensive linemen doing a good job of keeping the offensive line from moving up to the next level. And here comes everyone else, the defensive linebackers in the secondary to clean it up.
Yellow Jackets facing third down and 8, 2.5 to go, quarter number 1. Hackle in the gun, 3 receivers to the left side. He'll take the snap, look to the left, nowhere to go. He's going to try and tuck it and run, do it with his legs. Now he's going to flip it out. He had a man open, and it was wide open, Chaz Melvin, but the throw underthrown. Melvin had to come back for it, couldn't hang on, and now fourth down and 9.
That's one Hackle wants back badly, as he had his running back out to the right on a little wheel route, and the way he had him, if he was running on, he threw it on the run, and it came on the back shoulder.
Melvin wide open there, so now the Yellow Jackets are going to have to punt, and guess who's punting? It's Hackle, goes over the returner of the Green Wave, takes a Yellow Jacket roll inside of the 45, and down to the 41.5, 42-yard line. That is where East Grand Forks will take over. So both teams right away, they trade turnover on downs. Colton Hackle then takes over on the following drive for Perham. And now it's East Grand Forks' turn with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and they're down 8-0.
This is another good drive for EGF, starting near midfield inside the 40. They have to get some ball movement here. They have not had anything, even when they started the game in Yellow Jacket territory.
Green Wave trying to gain a little momentum offensively, down 8-0. The defense did their job. Now it's Vadova and company in their turn. Pistol formation for the Green Wave. Vadova takes the snap, hands off to his running back, and he gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, and it was Vosick, and it didn't look like he got anything.
Yeah, once again, this running game so far for the Green Wave not paying off. Defensive line for the Yellow Jackets doing a good job of just staying inside and not letting that draw do any damage.
Only one pass play so far on the game from Hackle and Perham. It's an incomplete pass, and now the Green Wave with two receivers to the left and one to the right. Vadova has the snap. Power play to left side. His running back's a lead blocker across the 40 and falls forward to the 45. Looked like a gain of 3 yards.
And Perham is a very disciplined defense. They run a 4-2-5, which is good for covering just about everything, and right there it pays off.
3rd down and 7. 8-0 the score. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave here on yourliveevent.com. 60 seconds to go, quarter number 1. 3rd and 7 for East Grand Forks. Ball on their own 45. Vadova has the snap, looks to the left. Now he's going to float one far side of the field, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. Trying to get the receiver's number on that far side of the field. But he thought he got tugged on as he was running his route down the far sideline. That was Brody Schultz. The receiver falls incomplete. No flag, now 4th and 7.
I was going to say, I want to see Vadova on this offense open up in the air and actually pass the ball for once. And he had Schultz. If he just put it just a little bit less on it, it would have hit him in the breadbasket.
So now Richter back to return the punt for Perham. Muffed the last one. We'll see what he does here. That one nearly blocked. That's a high punt. Richter, he's going to field it this time. Gets to the 20. Slips a tackle. He fumbles the football, but he jumped back on it again. So Richter, the return man for the Perham Yellow Jackets, the junior with 2 fumbles, none of them lost. 38 seconds to go, and thankfully Perham, they're going to keep the football.
And Perham has to be counting their lucky stars. They're not the ones down in this game. They've had the Green Wave start in their territory twice now, and they could have had it happen 2 more times.
One receiver to the left, nobody covering him. Now they run over and get him. Hackle, pistol formation, takes the snap, fakes to the left. He's going to keep it. That's a little option play. Pitched it back out to his running back, now to the near side, and getting wrestled down. That's number 2, Levi Richter, who got maybe, looks like 4, so 2nd down and 6.
Good job by Carter Visick and company, keeping that contained, only a gain of 4, but just staying to the outside and playing that speed pitch option as best as you can.
We'll see if Perham wants to run another play. Nobody up at the line of scrimmage. 8 seconds, and that will run out here on quarter number 1. 8-0 the score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave. We'll take a break here on yourliveevent.com.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the yourliveevent.com YouTube channel. Yourliveevent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on yourliveevent.com.
new to our portfolio pending approval is 8961. 8961, as you can see, some excellent root shapes here. We could place this one in fusarium country under those moderate to severe categories and still be providing us some excellent tons and sugar per acre as well. So we're really excited about this one. Another high tonnage type beet with good sugar on top of it.
YourLiveEvent.com. Perham Yellow Jackets in trouble here offensively. Hackle trying to get the edge. He does. And a nice job by Hackle on that second down play. East Grand Forks trying to string it out as long as they could to the near sideline. Hackle picks it up now, 4th down and short. Check that, 3rd down and 1.
What a great effort by your quarterback. I mean, using his legs as much as tonight, but at one point, you got to think your quarterback, you got to want your offensive line to, not make you have to scramble like that.
That was already Hackle's 11th carry of the evening. Now 3rd down and short. See if they call his number again. Receiver comes back to the near side. So someone will have to get on the line of scrimmage, and they do. Hackle in the shotgun. He's going to give it to his running back, Melvin. He's going to get the edge on the 1st down. Now he's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Green Wave, but not before a gain of about 7 and a 1st down.
Could have been a late hit right there on Brandon Anderson, the middle linebacker, as Melvin took a wallop shot right on the right side of the red part of the sideline. He was well out of bounds. Might have just been incidental, but it looked like Melvin felt the brunt nonetheless.
I don't think he minds too much with a 1st down carry. Hackle in the pass, looks to the left side. He's going to fire that way. That ball's high and through the hands of Chaz Melvin. So the second pass attempt for Colton Hackle, and Perham falls incomplete. He's 0 for 2 to start the evening.
That's right. Just a simply incomplete dropped pass by Melvin. It was a little high, and he had to twist his body and contort it, but it hit him right in the hands. And the coach will tell him, and he'll tell himself, got to catch that.
Rule of thumb, touch it, you catch it, as they say. 11:42 just underway in quarter number 2. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, 8-0. Hackle in the gun, lone set, high snap, catches it with his one hand, takes it up the middle, spins his way forward, and he's going to get the 1st down as he crosses the 45-yard line and now into Green Wave territory with a gain of 12.
You think Hackle's found his stride yet in running? He looked very graceful on that run. He's getting spun around. He looked like he was on ice there for a second. It's not hockey season yet, but he was moving right across it.
Well, it's a nice athletic play from Hackle. He gets the high snap, reaches up with his one hand, catches it, fakes the handoff, and still finds some room, and a 1st down as we're inside. And now it looks like a timeout.
Some confusion out there.
Confusion offensively from Perham leads to their 1st timeout. It's 8-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
11:21 to go, quarter number 2. Perham Yellow Jackets 8, East Grand Forks Green Wave 0. That's what the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard reads. Offensively, Perham, it's been all Colton Hackle here so far, Derek.
Yeah, the Colton Hackle show, and he just put the Colton Hackle show on ice with that last run. And now driving in the Green Wave territory, very similar to their first scoring drive.
1st down and 10 on the Green Wave 43-yard line. He's going to take the handoff on the jet sweep. That's going to be Peterson trying to get around the edge, cuts it back upfield on the far hash, gets a gain of 2 at 2nd and 8.
Peterson had a nice little stutter step there to kind of suck the defender in. And it wasn't a big gain, only 3 yards, but that little stutter step goes a long way in creating those yardage.
That's the 3rd carry of the game for the junior wide receiver for Perham, Josh Peterson. His first for a yard, the second one -2, and now that one for 2 yards. So 10:50 to go. Quarter number 2. Hackle, he's going to go back to pass, looks left, and he's going to fire one deep downfield. It's underthrown. 2 guys there in the double coverage, and it falls incomplete. The intended receiver, well, switch that up. It was actually Peterson tossing the pigskin, and Hackle was out there on the outside going for the reception.
And Hackle was in double coverage, had him blanketed. He's 6'2". He had the height advantage, but like you said, underthrown. It's still somehow find a way to hit him in the numbers. But when you got two guys right there swarming you, and you are the star player on the field right now, it's going to be hard to come down with it.
Underthrown, but did a good adjustment, had a chance. Now he's back in the quarterback spot. High snap again. Hackle takes it himself across the 40, down to the 35, has some room, gets across the 30 and drugged down at the 24-yard line. And a big gainer for Hackle and company, and the Perham Yellow Jackets looking for more points here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, the Yellow Jackets have to be very comfortable with letting Hackle run as much as he is right now. When it comes third and long like that, and you can just put the ball in his hands and pick up the first down every time, we see why they're running it so much.
13th carry for Hackle. A lot of them are quarterback draws or quarterback powers. Hackle a shotgun snap. That's another designed run play for him out across the 20-yard line and to the 21, and another good chunk of yards for Colton Hackle.
Well, like I said, once again, like a broken record at this point of Hackle is his 14th carry now. Some running backs don't even get that many carries in a game.
14 carries. That last one for 8 yards makes it second down and 2. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Pistol formation, and they're going to run the option. Tosses it out to Melvin with some room to run. 10-5, goal line, touchdown, Perham Yellow Jackets.
That's what happens when Hackle draws all the attention of the defense. They're coming for him on that speed option pitch, and Melvin, all alone out there, he had a bunch of green turf ahead of him, and that's because all the defenders got their eyes on Hackle.
Hackle drawing a lot of attention. Maybe somebody missed an assignment. Usually it's one of the DNs or outside linebackers. Everybody has their assignment, but the Yellow Jackets get the better of the Green Wave. Now Hackle's going to try and do the 2-point conversion, and he does. 9:46 to go, quarter number 2. It's all Colton Hackle and the Perham Yellow Jackets up 16-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. A quick break here on yourliveevent.com.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the yourliveevent.com YouTube channel. Yourliveevent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on yourliveevent.com.
And welcome back. 9:46 to go, quarter number 2. Perham Yellow Jackets just got into the end zone, and they lead 16-0 on the East Grand Forks Green Wave. And so far, Derek, what's your reactions?
It's a broken record, Dawson. We're going to play it until it stops working, but I don't think that's how it works with Colton Hackle. He's going to keep going and going. He's carrying that offense, and when he carries it so much, he can brush off the load to his running back Melvin, and he took care of the rest on that last run.
All Hackle so far in the first half, 16-0. Yellow Jackets in front of the Green Wave, and Hackle kicks it out the back of the end zone at one hops the crossbar, and that will be a touchback. So now Green Wave football down 16-0, though offensively, Derek. What do you think the Green Wave need to do differently to get some points here?
Well, I don't want them to abandon the run immediately, but it hasn't amounted to anything yet. They had one play deep where they threw the ball for the first time, and right off the hands, right off the chest. Or actually, no, it was a little overthrown, so just a little bit more composure in the pocket. But like we were talking about in the early beginnings of this game, that Perham defensive line with Caleb Long and all of them, it's going to be tough with that type of pressure.
Quarterback Sam Vadova for East Grand Forks in the pistol formation with 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Gives the handoff to his running back and stuffed again. It was Vosick, no gain.
Vosick, he got his bell ring. He had his ankles roped up, and coming in high was Brian Ramos, and oh my goodness, delivered the shot.
9.5 to go, quarter number 2. Second down and 10. East Grand Forks Green Wave looking to get some points on this drive. Defensively, they've had a tough time trying to stop Colton Hackle and company of the Perham Yellow Jackets. But now they're looking for some points. Vadova pistol set, double twins, 2 receivers either side. Looks once to his right. Now he's ready to go. Takes the shotgun snap. Quickly looks to the left. He has a man. That's his receiver. And running up, that was the receiver, number 2, Havig. And a first down for East Grand Forks.
And you like to see that as an EGF fan. Havig needs to be a little careful there at the end of that run. It jiggled loose, the ball did just a tad bit. And you'd hate to get any success going through the air and then lose it immediately via fumble.
So first down and the first completed pass for the Green Wave. It goes to Havig for a first down gainer. And a nice looking play from the Green Wave. So now they'll come out with a receiver to the right. Now 2 to the left and a wing back on the right side of the formation. Vadova has the snap. Now they're going to run an option play. Works it back up. He had Lung hot on his heels. Gets it across the line of scrimmage now to the 35 and works his way forward. There's a big gain of yards, and it's second down and 3.
And similar of Hackle, showing off his durability, his toughness of his legs. You like seeing that out of Vadova. He may have just completed the pass, but he's going to show that he can get this offense moving of his legs, and he carried that pile.
Second down and 4. Ball on the Green Wave, 38-yard line. 8 minutes to go, quarter number 2. East Grand Forks Green Wave 1-2 overall in the year. Perham Yellow Jackets 1-3. Last time these two teams matched up, 60-44 goes the way of the Perham Yellow Jackets. Meanwhile, Vadova in the pistol set, motion man. Now he's going to run the option play, tucks it himself, and did he get back to line of scrimmage? I believe he did for a gain of maybe 1.
That play looked a little too complex. It developed a little slowly, didn't it, Dawson?
Well, you got the one guy coming around the backside, fake the handoff, and so far Perham's done a good job up front to get quickly into the backfield of the Green Wave, and they did that again there. Now third down and 2. You might think this is 4-down territory. Already down 16-0 and closing in on the 7-minute mark here in quarter number 2.
Yeah, and third and short to go. Look for people like Caleb Lung and Tegan Bennett to be nipping at the heels.
Pistol set, 2 receivers to left, 1 to the right. Same formation as previously. Now Vadova comes up under center, and the receiver might have moved near side. No flag, hands off. Goes out to the outside. That's his running back, Vosick. Gets around the corner. He's still got room. He's loose to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. It's all into the end zone. That's Carter Vosick. A 60-yard touchdown, and that's a flag on trying to find it on the far side of the field. And this one, I believe, is likely coming back.
Preliminary signal is holding against the Green Wave.
And it was holding against the Green Wave, so that's going to negate the 60-yard run. And a tough one for the Green Wave.
And goes without saying, so disheartening. The most explosive play EGF has had so far in a quarter and a half. It looked like Vosick, when he was near the sideline, someone propelled him. Someone gave him a push when they were trying to tackle him, and it bolstered him to the end zone. But it is all for nothing.
Now third down and officially 15 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 6:45 to go, no points. 6:45 to go in the first half, that is. No points for the Green Wave, trailing 16-0. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Vadova, same base formation in the pistol. Takes the snap, looks to the left, and it's going to be a design carry for Vadova. Works it across the 25, now to the 30, gets wrapped up and spun down to the 31-yard line and a gain of 5.
And there's Lung once again in the backfield. He doesn't make the tackle. In fact, he kind of whiffs with an arm tackle, but he's so big, he holds up Vadova long enough for his buddies to wait. And he may have gained a few yards, but hey, when you had a touchdown run negated on third and short and you make it third and long with this front defensive line, you're just helping them out.
Doing a good job so far tonight. 4th down and 10. Hackle's going to be back deep to return for the Yellow Jackets at his own 42-yard line. East Grand Forks Green Wave, they're going to take a timeout here to either think about it or need just a little bit of time. It's 4th down and 10. We'll take a 30-second break here on yourliveevent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000-plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
6 minutes to go. Quarter number 2. Perham Yellow Jackets 16. East Grand Forks Green Wave 0. Had some points for the moment. Looked like it was going to be a 60-yard touchdown run negated by a holding penalty. Now they're going to face 4th down and 10 in their own territory. So I wouldn't think, Derek, that they would be going for it at all right here.
No, you don't. With Perham already up 16-0, and the way Hackle is running, you're not doing yourself any favors.
And Hackle's back deep to return this punt, standing on his own 45-yard line. The punt, a running punt off the right side, a high one that's going to cross midfield. Hackle's going to charge, and he's actually going to let it drop, and it takes a bounce for the Green Wave, and the Green Wave players are saying that it hit Hackle. They're saying they thought it hit his foot, but now the officials say it's going to be Perham football, so I don't know if you saw it, Derek, but I didn't think it hit his foot. I thought it was just short, and it just took a bounce for Perham.
His hands were outstretched. I thought it might have been close. The wind did come into the booth here as that punt went up, so it got blocked immediately, and it brought it back in the the Green Wave territory.
Now the Yellow Jackets need to go 46 yards for points, and here comes Hackle to the 40, now to the 30, to the 20-yard line, runs into a Green Wave, bounces off him, works his way up to the 10-yard line, and a big gain as he goes out of bounds on the far side of the field, and Colton Hackle does it again to start the drive.
That's just a grown man type of rung. They've been doing that all night, and Hackle just has the durability to keep doing it play after play.
5:43 to go. Half number 1. Colton Hackle having a big first half. We'll give you those statistics in our halftime report here on yourliveevent.com. Hackle takes the snap. He's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself on the design quarterback run. Hurdles a man, falls into the end zone, and a 10-yard touchdown run for Colton Hackle. And the score extends even farther, 22-0.
I believe Hackle might have just shown off every piece of athleticism right there in one play. With the hurdle and the speed boost, and when he trucks into the end zone, he hit every button on the controller right there.
5.5 to go, quarter number 2. Colton Hackle finds the end zone for the second time this evening. That one from 10 yards out. Now he's going to give to Chaz Melvin, trying to convert the 2-point conversion. He's going to fall short, but the Perham Yellow Jackets get more points. 22-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. You're watching and listening to yourliveevent.com.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
22-0, 5.5 to go in the half. Colton Hackle just reached pay dirt for the second time tonight. And so far, Derek, it's been all Colton Hackle. As we've been saying, and as you've been saying, it's a broken record.
Colton Hackle is the broken record, and we said in the pregame show, don't let this become a shootout. Well, it's becoming a blowout. We said that Perham hasn't scored more than 14 points since, week 2? They already got 22 here in the second quarter.
22-0, Hackle ready to kick it away to the Green Wave in hopes of getting some points before the end of the first half. All the officials set to go now on the kickoff. Here comes Hackle. Right-footed kick, a high one, comes to the near side. Green Wave get it at about the 16, now to the 20, to the 25, to the near sideline, and wrapped up out of bounds. That was number 80 for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, Cooper Smith. And it's going to be first down and 10 with 5:24 to go, quarter number 2. Green Wave football on, it looks like it appears, their own 27-yard line.
And they had, despite, punting, they had what looked like would be a promising drive negated by the holding penalty. And they had it third and short, had some pass plays working out. And if they could just, as any team should, cleanly execute, They should have something promising here. This is
Five-
the time to respond.
Without a doubt, down 22-0, 5:24 to go, quarter number 2. 2 receivers to the left for the Green Wave, 1 to the right. Vadova is going to go under center. Hands off to his running back. That's Vasic on a power to the right side of the formation. Gets a good solid gain. It's going to bring up second down, and looks like 4 or 5. We'll call it, that's going to be a long 6 yards to go.
And that's a nice way to start off the drive. You want to get those positive yards and open up your offense. Don't let this defensive line of Perham set you back early.
Positive yards. The Green Wave are looking forward to just keep the football moving forward as we're inside 5 minutes to go in the half. In quarter number 2, Perham up 22-0. Vadova comes back under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand off to Vasic into the backfield, and nothing there. Loses 7, and it's third down and long.
And that looked like Ben Shemansky, a linebacker, coming in there. Usually not a starter. He came right through the gap. No one behind the backfield except for him and the running back, and he cleans it up smoothly.
And it looked like as soon as he handed off to Vasic, he knew that he wasn't going to get anywhere, and he kind of gave up in the backfield. So now it's going to bring up third down and 12. Vadova and company down 22-0 in the second quarter. 4 minutes to go in the half. 2 receivers to the right now and 2 to the left. Vadova takes the snap, looks to the right. They're going to try and set up a screen to Vasic on the far side of the field. And if Vasic would have brought that one in, Brian Ramos for the Perham defense, he was right there to stop it.
And that's exactly where Perham wanted EGF. They had him thinking they're having blitz, and here comes the pressure. And, EGF thinks they have him with a screen, but Ramos read it perfectly. It might have been designed like that. They've been probably watching film on that.
Right idea to try and spring something big before the end of the half. Perham does a good job sticking to their assignments. And now East Grand Forks is going to have to punt it away back to Perham. Already up 22-0 in the second quarter. Inside 4 minutes to go until halftime. Green Wave, here comes the punt. Line drive goes over the head of Hackle across midfield. Good bounce for the Green Wave, and it'll stop at the Perham 40-yard line. That's where they're going to take over first down and 10. And what would you like to see, Derek, defensively from the Green Wave on this drive?
Well, you got to take away Hackle's running lanes. I mean, he's still going to get his due. I think you might have to put a spy on him. You might have to keep an extra set of eyes on him. They're not going to the passing game. We saw it earlier. They tried to open up a little bit, but Hackle has found his groove. So I'd like to see this Green Wave defense get some more contained.
Only 2 passes so far, 2 of them from Hackle and actually 1 more from Peterson. Now they're going to run the option to Chaz Melvin. That's that speed option as they did before, and Melvin gets maybe 1.
And there it is, the contain. They're keying in on Hackle, and Hackle can just pitch it off to Melvin, but now they know they're both big threats. Keep them down.
Yellow Jackets 22, Green Wave 0, and it appears we're going to have a timeout from East Grand Forks here in the second quarter. 3:21 to go. Perham Yellow Jackets 22, East Grand Forks Green Wave 0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard right here on YourLiveEvent.com.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit YourLiveEvent.com for more information.
Perham Yellow Jacket football, 3:21 to go, quarter number 2. Yellow Jackets 22, Green Wave 0. Colton Hackle having a monster first half. He's carried the ball 16 times, reached the promised land twice, and his team has the advantage here in the first half. The other score came from the running back Chaz Melvin, a 17-yard touchdown run. And doing good and looking for more points here. 3 receivers to the right offensively for Perham. Hackle, there's a design quarterback run across the 45 now to the 50, far side of the field, and he gets pushed out of bounds, and he lost the football as he falls out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Yellow Jackets and a new set of downs.
And that front defensive line for the Green Wave, they're not even giving it a chance. to get their hands on Hackle. They're getting dominated up front by that Perham offensive line. Caleb along the left guard and company doing a great job.
3:15 to go, quarter number 2. Hackle in the shotgun formation as Perham has been all evening long so far with a wingback tight to the formation in 3-point stance. Man coming in motion all the way across the formation. Hackle's going to go back to pass. He's going to look down the seam, and he had a man open, but an incomplete pass. Peterson couldn't hang on.
And right there in the passing game, it doesn't show on the scoreboard 22 up, but when you don't have a guy like Diggins on the field who can make those types of, basic catches like that, that should have been caught over the middle, wide open, basically. Maybe a little bit, let him on too much, but still hit him in the hands.
22-0, thankfully for Perham after the incompletion, so they don't have to shake their heads too much after the incomplete pass. Hackle in the shotgun again. Speed option. Now he's going to find a running lane across the 40 to the 39, 38, and falls forward to the 35 for a gain of 5, and now third down.
And even when the Green Wave, when EGF plays it, they played it pretty disciplined right there. Still, Hackle, big enough kid, sitting at 6'2", he can still fall forward for enough yards.
First down and 10 on the Green Wave 35, Yellow Jacket football. 2:42 to go and counting, quarter number 2. Hackle takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Melvin, and he gets across the line of scrimmage and gets maybe 3 yards. He's going to be short of the line to gain. Brings up 4th down and short.
And Hackle took a shot there, not too significant, but he got wrapped up there and then took a wallop of a belt right at the line of scrimmage, or right at the line to gain.
Man coming in for the Yellow Jackets is number 6, Gage Dermolis, with 2:10 to go in the half. 4th down and short. See if they keep it with Colton Hackle. Lots of guys up on the line of scrimmage. Snap goes to Hackle, and it looks like he's going to get the first down. He does. Another gain of 3, and a new set of downs for the Yellow Jackets.
Yep, just a designed quarterback ISO as Melvin, his lead blocker, right up the middle. I don't want to discredit Melvin any, but the way Hackle is running, he could run by himself and might pick up any yards he wants.
First down and 10. Ball on the Green Wave 28-yard line. Perham looking for some more points with 1:45 and counting to go in the first half. Hackle calling out signals to his team in the shotgun formation. The speed option he's going to give to Melvin across the 25, now to the 20, and falling to appears the 18-yard line. But another big gain and another gain of 12.
You wouldn't have thought it by their first possession of the game, but Perham has had Hackle and Melvin just develop into a two-headed monster here in this second quarter.
Well, it looked like on the far side of the field he fell forward for the first down, but instead they're going to be short by a yard, so only a 9-yard gainer. My guess is they're going to go to Hackle once again in the shotgun, and they do. He's going to take it up the middle, avoids a man, but he wrapped him up around the ankles, and the outstretch of the arm gets the first down. About 2 yards, new set of downs. First down and 10, 64 seconds to go in the first half.
And once again, you play it so well, but it doesn't matter because it's third and short. Hackle's so long, and he can just lean across and fall for it.
One receiver to either side, now coming all the way across the formation this time. Hackle's going to look to pass down the seam, and that time they complete it to Josh Peterson. A 17-yard touchdown, pitch and catch. And the lead even farther, 28-0 for Perham.
And redemption for Josh Peterson. They haven't thrown it a lot tonight. They haven't completed a lot tonight. But he doesn't have to think about those drops. He can think about that touchdown.
Hackle, a lot of confidence and throwing it right back to him. And what could possibly be almost the exact same play was down the seam. Peterson the catch, runs it in, and now they're looking for the 2-point conversion. Hackle, near side of the field, looking for space, and he's upended at the 1-yard line, so he's going to be short of the goal line, but his team gets into the end zone again. 28-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature. so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sis Vonderhoff, a passion that grows.
Welcome back to East Grand Forks. The Green Wave find themselves in a hole, 28-0 with 46 seconds to go in the first half. Perham Yellow Jackets and Colton Hackle for the Yellow Jackets having a big night.
Without a doubt, and for the Green Wave, they've had 5 possessions, about to be their 6th right here. 5 possessions, 4 punts, and the first one, a turnover on downs.
Hackle's going to come out to kick the football away back to the Green Wave.
Hackle would kick for the Yellow Jackets. Bosick deep for the Green Wave.
Bosick back deep for East Grand Forks. See if they can pull off a big return and get some decent yardage here on this drive and get good field position. Bosick right around his goal line, brings it out to the 5, now to the 10, to the 15 on the far side, cuts it back upfield, and the Yellow Laundry flies right around the 16-yard line, and we'll see what that call is.
The way it's set up, it looks like it's going to go against EGF, and that's just one of the last things you need. Starting a possession and then backing yourself up.
Officials having a discussion on the far side of the field. 39 seconds to go. We'll see how aggressive East Grand Forks wants to be to end the half. And we'll get the signal. Looks like holding on East Grand Forks.
Holding on the Green Wave.
So now that'll be first down and long, as the penalty actually just moves them back half a distance to the goal on the kickoff. So now what the Green Wave want to do here late in the first half.
And if I'm EGF, I just take a knee right here. They get ball at half. Don't hurt yourselves any further, and we'll see what they come out here right now.
They come out in a similar formation as usual with 2 receivers to left, 1 to the right in that pistol set. They give to Vosick, runs into a Yellow Jacket, and not much. Actually lost a couple yards.
That's Caleb Long once again, and he is just snarling at the bits right there. He got his offense backed up, and once again making a solo tackle in the backfield. And call a timeout.
So now here's something interesting. I believe the timeout was called by the Perham Yellow Jackets. Didn't get the signal. But with 29 seconds to go, the Green Wave, the ball is on, looks like their own 7-yard line. They get stopped here on this next play. Another timeout will come, and if Perham does get the ball back, they won't have much time to work with.
Yeah, if the Green Wave mess around here, they give the ball right back to the Yellow Jackets, already down 28-0. You don't want to run up that score anymore before getting the chance to even hang on to it in the second half.
29 seconds to go, half number 1. Perham Yellow Jackets 28, East Grand Forks Green Wave 0. Vadova takes the snap, gives to his man, actually keeps it himself on the far side. Lots of room to run, coming across the 20-yard line to the 25, now to the 30. And that's a nice run for East Grand Forks, and a first down with 21 seconds to go, and the clock's going to go as soon as the chains get set.
A nice spark there for EGF. You'd like to see Vadova using his legs just like Hackle is, carrying his offense. He did it a couple drives ago, but that's the one where the drive was negated by a penalty.
12 seconds to go and ticking. Vadova, can the Green Wave maybe get something here with the handoff going to Vosick? Works his way across to the 40-yard line, and the ball comes loose.
Oh, boy.
It looked like, and with 1 second to go in the half, don't get the official signal. It looked like it was a Yellow Jacket who came up with it right away. The one far side line judge says give it to Perham, and that's exactly what they're going to do. So now East Grand Forks in a little bit of trouble. Hackle, strong-arm quarterback, could potentially get lucky and get another one in the end zone before the end of the half.
And Hackle, he'll work his magic, but this drive sheet for EGF couldn't look any worse right now. And it looks like they will go deep to the end zone. 3
receivers bunched to the right side of the formation with a 4th right next to the line of scrimmage, and a timeout called from East Grand Forks to talk it over, and we'll take a quick 30-second break here on yourliveevent.com.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
We've got an interesting scenario coming up here with 1 second to go in the half. The Green Wave just fumbled the football. Perham is going to take over in Green Wave territory with 1 second to go, and it appears they're going to go for the Hail Mary to get a couple more points. 3 receivers bunched to the far side, 1 in the slot. Hackle's actually going to keep it himself to the 40, 35-30, and Engels out of bounds, and that will end the half as he picks up, look like 14 yards or so. That'll end half number 1. It's 28-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solution scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave. We'll take a break and head into our halftime report here on yourliveevent.com.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
'86-29 this year has been performing outstanding in growers' fields. As you can see, the root shape on 29s again, presenting just a great root shape all the way around. This has been our top seller this past year, and it looks to be again. This variety is just performing great out in fields.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the yourliveevent.com YouTube channel. Yourliveevent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on yourliveevent.com.
Welcome into the halftime report. The score as it reads on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, 28-0 in favor of the Perham Yellow Jackets. And if you want a game summary, we're going to turn it over to our color commentator here. And Derek, tell us about that first half.
Well, we can tell you what EGF's first half looked like simply. First drive, turnover on downs. Next drive, a punt. Next drive, a punt. Next drive, a punt. The next drive, a punt. And then a little momentum going near the end of the first half, and they fumbled away at midfield. I don't think they were going to really accumulate to much. The clock was ticking in there. It looked like they were just running the ball to in the half. But EGF, they didn't pass it that much. You said they would have 31 total yards of
31
offense.
total yards of offense, yep.
And compare that to Hackle's, 207 yards rushing?
Yep, 207 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns.
And it looked like the way both teams started the game in the first quarter, both teams turned it over on downs. Perham going for it on 4th down and very short, actually, in their own territory. And it looked like EGF could have got some momentum right there. And they went ahead and did the same thing, turned it over. But what EGF didn't do that Perham did do, Perham went down and scored in 65 yards thanks to Hackle. They punted the next drive, but they got the attention so much on Hackle, they opened up Chas Melvin, on the other hand, on the pitch option. He takes it from 17 yards. On the next drive, 10-yard run by Hackle for a touchdown. And then comes in Peterson, filling in the role of Finn Diggins at tight end. 17-yard touchdown catch. He takes it in. That's where we stand 28-0. A lot of punting and a lot of scoring.
Well, like you said, both teams start off their opening drives, both turnover on downs, and we thought maybe it would be a defensive battle all game long with both of those turnover on downs, but unfortunately that's not the way it's going for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, down 28-0. What overall, can you tell me what the difference is without saying Colton Hackle?
I really think the very first possession for East Grand Forks was the decision maker right there. Getting the ball in Perham territory and not capitalizing on it really set the stage and the tone for Perham's defense. Perham only gives up, only 70 points a game. Now, EGF has a good defense of their own, only giving up around 15 points. And so far, it's not showing on the scoreboard. Right there, 16 points against for the Green Wave. And you couldn't tell right now.
Well, so far in the first half, it's been all Perham Yellow Jackets taking advantage of a lot of the East Grand Forks Green Wave miscues in the first half. And one of those miscues, a big holding penalty that negated a long touchdown run for the Green Wave.
Yeah, Vasic had it on 3rd and short. And Vatova came up for the first time under center. We haven't seen that only but once. And when they did, nice little counter play, bounced off the right side. He looks like he was going out of bounds. And he looks like a defender catapulted him and bursted him into the end zone. Big run. First down, obviously, would have been a touchdown. And just the smallest thing as a whole, there's only been 2 penalties in this game, both against EGF, both hurting them, obviously, but one taking points off the board.
And that touchdown run would have went for 60 yards, but more importantly, would have put some points up on the board for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, as you mentioned, Derek. 5 minutes to go here in the halftime. We'll take a break here in the halftime report. It's 28-0. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave here on YourLiveEvent.com.
New to our portfolio, pending approval, is 8961. 8961, as you can see, some excellent root shapes here. We could place this one in fusarium country under those moderate to severe categories and still be providing us some excellent tons and sugar per acre as well. So we're really excited about this one. Another high tonnage type beet with good sugar on top of it.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on YourLiveEvent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
Welcome back. YourLiveEvent.com. We're in the halftime. It's 28-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Dawson Peterson on hand. Derek Zimmerman-Geyer to my right calling the color commentary, and Ryan McCollum helping out here behind the scenes. 28-0. Perham Yellow Jackets all over the East Grand Forks Green Wave. I want to give you some statistics here at the half. First rushing for East Grand Forks. Vadova with 11 yards on the ground, broke off a 25-yard run late in the first half. Not much doing after that, though. 2 yards only on the ground for Carter Vosick, and 6 yards for number 9 for East Grand Forks is Caleb Schmiedeberg. And so far, not much going on offensively for the Green Wave. Totally different story for the Perham Yellow Jackets. Colton Hackle has 207 yards on 14 carries this evening, 21 carries. 14 was his last chunk of yards he gained on that carry. 207 yards for him, 36 yards on the ground for Chaz Melvin, as well as a touchdown run. Hackle also with 2 touchdown runs as well. And then Josh Peterson has a couple of carries, only 1 yard on the ground. And then also Levi Richter with 4 yards rushing on the ground. Something to note about Mr. Richter has fumbled the football twice so far in this game, but he got both of those back. Not much going on through the air for either team. Hackle is 1 for 4 through the air, however, 28 yards and a touchdown. That 28-yard reception went to his tight end. That was Josh Peterson for a 28-yard score. It's 28-0 at the half on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a break as the Yellow Jackets come out of the locker room, and they'll put a few more minutes back up on the clock, I believe, here at the half. We'll take a quick break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit YourLiveEvent.com for more information.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes, We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
28-0 as we're just about to finish up halftime. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave. And before we get started in the second half, Derek, you and I were chatting off the air a little bit during this halftime. And it is 28-0, but a few fumbles that weren't recovered by the Green Wave. This game really could be a shootout if they were able to take advantage of those.
It's the first half of what ifs. I mean, we talked about opening possession for EGF in Perham territory, turnover on downs, and then the rest of your drives ending either a punt or the last one a fumble. And then on the ensuing drive, when Perham has the ball punted back to him, they fumble it. And then a few drives later, another fumble right through the midst of Richter. And like you just said, it could be a shootout, could be 20-24, game of what ifs. And we said, EGF, don't let this become a shootout. Right now, it's a blowout.
All those contingent on if EGF could have punched those advantages into the end zone. Good news, though, for the Green Wave. They're going to get the second half kickoff. Vosick will be back deep. Colton Hackle in charge of the kicking duties. His team up 28-0, and we are underway for the second half of play with Vosick returning the kick, starting at the 5-yard line to the 10, looks for some space at the 15, comes near side to the 20, cuts it back up 25, finds a little room, wiggles across the 30, and falls down for a decent return to the 33-yard line.
Good effort by Vosick, falling forward, putting his head down, not down too much, leading with your head, but falling enough just to get past the 30, near the 35. Give yourself as best starting field position as possible because that is rare to come by, even though they started in EGF territory in the first drive.
Rare to come by versus this Perham Yellow Jacket team. Defensive front has been stout so far in the first half. Can they keep it up here in the second half? And can East Grand Forks gain some momentum and not let this game get too far out of reach early here in the second half? Vadova in the gun. He's going to hand off. That's going to be Vosick who works it back into the middle, and that defensive front for Perham starts off nicely for only a gain of, looks like, 2 for Vosick.
And it looked like it was linebacker Brian Ramos once again in on the tackle. He looked like a wrestler going for a little low single right there, right in on the ankles, and Vosick is taken down.
Vosick had 3 carries in the first half that went for negative yards, a total of minus 11. His total yardage in the first half went for 2 yards. That one right away for 2 yards here, his first carry of the second half. So we're just underway. East Grand Forks down 28-0 to the Perham Yellow Jackets, wanting to get some points on the opening drive of the second half in this game. Vadova, same formation, immediately goes back to pass, looks to the right, fires that way, has a man, but goes through his hands and falls incomplete.
Once again, you got a man going in on an out route right there and right through his mitts, and it looks to be Schultz, or is that Schultz? Brody Schultz, the running back, going on a little 5-yard out route, and it's a little out there, let him on a little bit too much, but once again, it goes through the mitts.
Incomplete pass, 0 for 2 through the air is Vadova. One receiver to the left now, and one to the far side of the field, which is the wide side, but tighter to the formation. Vadova takes the snap. They're going to run a power play, works it back into the middle of the field to the 38-yard line and falls to the 40. That's a gain of about 4.
And what I saw right there was a good run by Vadova, but he is getting gang tackled all alone by a bunch of Yellow Jackets. I didn't see too many offensive linemen coming in there and giving him a push or throwing him a block or anything like that. You got to protect your quarterback if he's going to be the one running the ball almost every play.
And give a lot of credit to the Perham Yellow Jackets and that defensive front. Doing a nice job. So now Richter back deep for Perham to return the punt. As we mentioned, had the 1 fumble in the first half. on the punt return. Had 2 total in that first half. Got them both back, though, however. Green Wave ready to punt. Far side. Punt falls to about the 36-yard line. Rolls forward now, backwards to the 36. That's where Perham will start their first drive of the second half. First down and 10.
And once again, another punt to add to this night for this EGF team.
How many punts has that been so far?
I
6?
believe that's 6 punts tonight.
6 punts for the East Grand Forks Green Wave, trying to get off the ground offensively. Defense trying to hold strong, not give up more points. Already down 28-0 early in the second half right here. Quarterback run off the left side to the 40-yard line is Hackle, and the Green Wave jump on him, but after a gain of 5 yards for the Perham quarterback.
I'm seeing high tackles by that Green Wave defense, and they're getting good hits on Hackle. The problem is he's a big fellow, and he's not going to go down. We've seen that already tonight. Need to hit him low.
His first carry of the second half goes for 5 yards. Second down and 5 inside 10 minutes in quarter number 3. 2 receivers to either side. Hackle has a running back, and that's to his left. There's Melvin, who has some space to run and gets a big first down and a big gain, crossing into midfield, into Green Wave territory, down to the Green Wave 38-yard line.
Credit this offensive line for the Yellow Jackets. The Red Sea just opened up for Melvin. Another high snap. Got away with a couple of those tonight the Yellow Jackets have.
Big run for Chaz Melvin, and quickly Perham right back to line of scrimmage. Gives to Melvin, who gets to the 35, now to the 30. Nearly lost his footing to the 25, and that's where he comes down at. And another big gain and another first down.
Seeing a lot of great balance showed off by Melvin here tonight. As he goes up to the second level, takes the hit, breaks out of the tackle, and he has a little jab step to his right, keeps his balance. Very nice job by Chaz Melvin tonight.
First down and 10, ball on the Green Wave, 25 for Perham. Hackle, design quarterback run right up the gut, lowers his shoulder, runs into a Green Wave defender, and right near the sticks. Near sideline, judge says it's going to be second down, not second down, and too much. It's going to be a 9-yard gain.
We've been calling Hackle a quarterback all night tonight. Let's call him what he really is right now. He is a second running back on this offense.
Second down and 1. Hackle, high snap again. Hands off to Melvin, who gets inside the 10. Defender on his back and falls forward. The ball came loose. Jumping on is the Green Wave at the goal line, but they say he's down. And they only needed 1 yard, and they got about probably 9.
It's crazy how they get all these high snaps, but they keep picking up chunks of yards.
First down and goal. 8:20 to go. Perham wants more points. Another high snap, but the handoff cleanly to Chaz Melvin. Looks like 3, and inching closer to the goal line are the Perham Yellow Jackets.
It's a very underestimated part of the game right there for Colton Hackle. Not only leading the whole game in yards, but just very composed with these high snaps and just letting the play run.
4 carries in the second half for Chaz Melvin. Let's see if they go to him again. Nope, it's going to be Hackle, but a good job by the Green Wave defense to take him down for a rare loss of yards. And that second and goal now moves back to third and goal at the Green Wave 6.
We saw a play similar to that on the first possession of the game for Perham by that Green Wave defense led by Eric Tribble, the defensive end, just powering through there with company and swarming Hackle.
2 receivers either side of the formation. Melvin to the left of Hackle. Run the speed option, fakes the pitch, and he got too much room. The alleyway was there. He runs in from 5 yards out, and the third rushing touchdown on the game for Colton Hackle. We look at the defensive end. Looks like he had the right assignments there, but the lane just too much to the inside. Hackle recognizes it, finds it, and he's in for 6.
And just when you think you got some momentum going on the defensive side, even though Perham is driving deep, you allow a play like that, and the score implodes some more.
34-0, 7:21 to go in quarter number 3. 2 wingbacks, Hackle, he's going to hand it off, and they don't get close to the 2-point conversion, but they get 6 more points. 34-0 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
7:21 to go, quarter number 3. Perham just punched in another score, 34-0, and it's kind of been same story, different drive there on that drive, Derek.
It's a broken record. We broke that record in the first half, but we saw a lot more of Chaz Milvin in that drive and just developing that two-headed beast right there by the Perham offense, and it pays to fruition on that touchdown drive.
Up 34-0, 7:21 to go, quarter number 3. Perham Yellow Jackets looking for their second win on the season, currently at 1-3, and barring a massive comeback, look like they could be on their way to win number 2 on the season. Line drive kick is received at the 10-yard line, and it was Tollefson who received it, and he went to a knee. Far side line judge quickly all over it, so the knee hits the ground. He's going to be down right there on their own 11-yard line, and that's a miscue by the Green Wave. It's not a turnover by any means, but a miscue that starts them really deep in their own territory on the field position.
And that kick was a bullet, and it came right at Tollefson on a line drive, and it's just tough at this level. You know, if the knee down rule, he had to go down and get it. If you could just get a little more bend at the waist and come up with like a grounder, you know, but another miscue and another drive starting deep.
Man comes in on the substitution for East Grand Forks. Looks like another lineman in Jack Fuller who comes into the huddle with his team. 1st and 10, ball on their own 12-yard line. Vadova in that shotgun formation with a couple running backs. Hand off to Vosick as he runs off tackle to the right side of the formation. And looks like he picks up about 4 or 5.
And now another decent chunk gain, you know, pick up 4 or 5 yards. But I would like to see some airing out of the football right here. You're down 34-zip.
Down 34-0. And East Grand Forks has only thrown the football twice this evening.
You don't have to get crazy with it. Just don't go everything at once. Just dink and dime if you have to.
Now Vadova is going to go under center. Single back set. Wing back to the left side of the formation. Vadova goes play action, and they're going to go deep. They're not dinking and dunking there, Derek. Across midfield to the 40, 35, 30, and tackle down at the 20-yard line. A massive gain deep into Perham territory.
Well, that was a quick cold take. Nice one-on-one coverage right there, and just a nice outstretched grab into Perham territory. Good ball placement, and just good speed to go get it.
70-yard pickup for the Green Wave, and it's 1st down and 10 on the Perham 20-yard line. Vadova. They're going to go back to pass. Quickly fires left side on the slant play, and it looked like it was incomplete as it goes in and out of the hands of Havig. And on that 70-yard play, I didn't catch a number, Derek, on the receiver. Did you see one on that far side?
Didn't catch one myself. Havig back-to-back on those 2 targets.
Getting a little help from the gentleman up here in the booth.
Now they went in reverse order.
70 yards for Havig. Campos rather getting some more help. Much needed and much appreciated help. Campos, meanwhile, Vadova on the carry for East Grand Forks and gets a couple of yards to the 16-yard line now, 3rd down and 6.
I want to go back to those two pass plays. Very different. They went in reverse order of what I said. They went for it all, and then they dink and dimed back down to Havig, who dropped the ball. He was going to go right into a brick wall of Yellow Jackets, though, if he had caught it.
Now the Green Wave, 3rd and 6 on the Perham 16, maybe 17-yard line. Trying to get their first points of the game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Vadova barking out signals to his offensive line, leaning forward with a running back behind him in the pistol set. Handoff, that's going to go to Vosick on the near side of the field to the 15, now looking to get to the 10, to the sticks. And do they get the first down? And from the naked eye, looks like they do. We'll give the first call, and there it is, and a first down for the Green Wave, and a pickup of 6. And a nice job by the Green Wave here on this drive in the third quarter.
It's funny what a 70-yard pass will do for your offense, isn't it? Now this is
Big
a pretty,
momentum.
pretty beautiful-looking drive right here. Obviously the best drive they've had all night.
Big 70-yard strike for East Grand Forks. Makes it first down and goal. Looks like on the Perham 9-yard line. Vadova runs up, is going to go under center. Running back in the backfield, Vosick. He'll hand off and big hole to the right side. Stumbles forward and falls to the 6 for a gain of 3.
That looked like the same play that Vosick would have scored on earlier in the first half if there wasn't a penalty, as Vadova comes under center and then a little counter action to Vosick. Good chunk of yards right there, 4 yards, but still the same play, and only the second time we've seen Vadova come under center tonight.
Massive hole to the right side of the formation with Vadova. Now in the pistol, we'll see if he runs up and goes under center. Yes, he will. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Vadova goes back to pass. He's got a man open over the middle. Tosses, end zone, touchdown, Green Wave, and that's their first points of the evening.
Cole Gerber with a 7-yard touchdown reception.
Cole Gerber, their tight end wide receiver combo, 6'4", and he looked like all of it right there. He goes up, high points that pass on that catch, and that's a great job by Vadova and company on that offense, running the same formation and going with play action though. Well, not even play action, just keeping that defense on their heels, keeping them honest.
So that's the first points of the evening for East Grand Forks, and now Justin Overgaard in for the extra point attempt. Snap good, spot down, kick is up, and it is good to put the cherry on top of the first score of the evening for East Grand Forks. 34-7 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a quick break here on YourLiveEvent.com.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on YourLiveEvent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Welcome back. East Grand Forks Green Wave get their first points of the evening. A couple of big plays, 70-yard pitch and catch from Vadova to Tanner Campos. Derek, they did the exact opposite of what you thought they were going to do.
They did the reversed opposite, if that makes sense. I said they should dink and dime, maybe have things open up on the offense, see what is available. Well, they saw something available deep down the sideline to Campos and paid off to fruition.
And they took advantage of it. So now they're going to kick off the first time after scoring tonight. Line drive kick, rolls around to the 30. Picked up by one of the upbacks. That's number 8 for Perham, and that is Gareth Covington on the return. Takes it to the 30-yard line. That's where Perham will take over first down and 10. And now we'll see if the Green Wave offense and all that momentum and excitement translate to the defensive side of the ball.
Can't get too excited, though. You may have a lot of energy right now. You got your first score of the game, but you know who also has a lot of energy? Say it with me, Colton Hackle.
So now he's going to be in the shotgun with 2 receivers to either side. Running back to his left is Melvin. That's who he's going to give it to. Gets it to the 30, now 35. Lots of room to run for Melvin. Angles to the sideline across midfield. 40, 35, 30. Deep into Green Wave territory. And just like that, Derek, Perham, they are on the hunt again.
And they start in their own 30, and they're already near the 30 of EGF. I talked about that. I mean, literally just said it. But no one was touching Melvin until he was all the way past the 50 and still dragging some defenders inside the 40.
Big gain for Perham. First down and 10. in the Green Wave territory. Ball on their 32, the Green Wave 32. Hackle will take it on the design quarterback run. 25 now to the 20, far side of the field. Brought down and flipped over at the 16-yard line.
And this is very disheartening for your defense. And a lot of these players may be two-way starters, but to have that big offensive drive, have the momentum, have a little momentum going, and then 2 quick plays later, you're getting your door knocked on at the 17-yard line by Perham.
So now a player either slow to get up or it looked like he lost his shoe or something on the far side and
tying it
trying
back on.
to tighten it back up. That's the junior wide receiver Josh Peterson for the Perham Yellow Jackets. Same formation, 2 receivers either side. Hackle gives to Melvin, spins, falls forward to the 14-yard line. Gain of 3.
Looked like it might have been Blosky in there. Yeah, defensive end doing a good job, tripping him up at the ankles, getting in the backfield.
34-7. Perham in front on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 3.5 to go. Quarter number 3. Hackle takes the snap, fakes the run. He's going to throw to hit as he threw. Had a man open. Nice job on the rush by East Grand Forks to force the incompletion.
That was Gareth Covington, slot receiver on the outside. And Hackle had his feet set. He just didn't deliver it on the point. A little outstretched hands.
So now 3:27 to go, and head official talking to our near side line judge. Was there a flag? I didn't see anything, and there is a flag. It's going to be pass interference on Perham.
That explains why it was so wide open, even though it was so far ahead of him.
So that's going to back up the Yellow Jackets for their first offensive penalty of the evening. 15-yard penalty brings them all the way back to the 30-yard line. So now for the Green Wave, Perham has to go a little bit farther, and so they're in okay shape, not great shape, but defensively they get a little momentum on the penalty. Quarterback blitz on the near side for the Green Wave. Hackle. Good job by the Green Wave to limit Hackle to only, looks like, 3 yards.
And this defense wisening up, and to go back on that OPI, when you have your first penalty of the game come with 3:10 and ticking left in the third quarter, up 34-7, you're doing a good job. And I didn't have to tell you the score. You could tell that team is up right there.
3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. And the shotgun is Hackle, nobody beside him. It's Peterson tight to the formation as a receiver, but he'll go out. Hackle back to pass, looks left. Now he's going to go over the middle, and he's got a man. It's Melvin. Makes a move at the 2-yard line and runs into the Green Wave right there. A big gain of 25, and now after the penalty, they get the first down, and it's 1st and goal.
It may have been Brandon Anderson, one of the middle linebackers, alongside Brody Schultz. He had his hand up in the air. Looked like he could have got a fingertip on it. Just couldn't get quite the vertical, and it lands right at Melvin's breadbasket.
Well thrown ball from Colton Hackle to Chaz Melvin. 2.5 to go. Now Hackle's going to try and do it himself. Spins away from the defender, but the Green Wave there at the 5-yard line, and he's going to lose 3 yards.
And that looked just like kind of a breakdown on the offensive line, and also just EGF wisening up, knowing who's going to get that ball when you only got 2 yards to go, and who scored it, 4 times now?
And for Hackle, that's only his 2nd rush this evening that went for negative yards. And something interesting on the far side of the field. Perham, usually you see the receiver get the play call in from the coach and bring it into the huddle, but the whole Perham offense, they're on that short side of the field right next to their bench. They're all standing there, and the coach gives them the play. And now Hackle's going to be in the shotgun with a running back to his left. Heavy set on the offensive line. Hands it to Chaz Melvin, who works it inside the 5 to the 4. And looks like he got back to the 3-yard line.
The plays prior to any Perham score near the goal line for EGF's defense have looked great. And that's because they're playing for something right there. They're playing not to be scored upon. They need to continue that earlier in the drive.
34-7 the score. The entire Perham offense on the far side of the field gets the play call from head coach Kyle Knutson. 65 seconds and ticking to go, quarter number 3. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard reads 34-0. Lots of confusion here from the Perham Yellow Jackets offensively, and there's the timeout called by Coach Kyle Knutson for the Perham Yellow Jackets. They're up 34-7 and looking for more points here in the third quarter. We'll take a break here on yourliveevent.com.
86-29 this year has been performing outstanding in growers fields. As you can see, the root shape on 29s again, presenting just a great root shape all the way around. This has been our top seller this past year, and it looks to be again. This variety is just performing great out in fields.
(34-7) inside 1 minute to go in quarter number 3. Perham Yellow Jackets all over the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Green Wave got their first points of the evening on their previous drive, but on the ensuing drive by Perham, they get a big gainer, and now they're already inside looking for more points.
And whatever air that EGF had in the momentum balloon they had was deflated on the next drive by Perham, and doing so once again.
So you got 3 receivers to the left on the strong side. We'll see if Hackle takes the snap and just runs the power that way. He's going to give it to Melvin, actually keep it himself. Rumbles his way forward and in for the 3-yard rushing touchdown for Colton Hackle. And we'll take a look, and that's 4 times on the ground. Hackle has reached the end zone. 40-7 the score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, and Perham will come back out for the 2-point conversion with a receiver to the near side of the field. Now a second one comes trotting over into the slot, and 2 receivers to the left, and they remain in that shotgun formation as they have all game long. Hackle, quick pass off to the left side is Peterson. That's probably something East Grand Forks wasn't looking for. Peterson in for the 2-point conversion, and it's 42-7. 50 seconds to go, quarter number 3. We'll take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, more action of the Yellow Jackets and the Green Wave on yourliveevent.com.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the yourliveevent.com YouTube channel. Yourliveevent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on yourliveevent.com.
42-7 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 50 seconds to go in quarter number 3. Perham Yellow Jackets in front of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, and now the Yellow Jackets are set to kick off to East Grand Forks once again. Vosick deep, per usual, inside his 5-yard line. Hackle right for the kick. Good line drive kick. Vosick will let it bounce, go into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. 42-7 here in the third quarter with 50 seconds to go. Derek, looked like the Green Wave had a little momentum to at least get something positive and take a positive away from the game, but then Perham comes right back and punches it into the end zone again.
Well, after a beautiful scoring drive by EGF, 3 big ripped runs by Perham right in to EGF territory, and they really stalled right there down in the goal line for a little bit, but once again, just taking whatever momentum the Green Wave had, taking it right back.
So now we'll see if East Grand Forks decides to air it out more on this drive as they did on the previous one. Vadova's going to keep it himself on the fake handoff. Good room to run. Runs into a defender at the 32-28 yard line rather. And he'll go to about the 29 for a gain of, looks like 8.
I'm seeing a little bit different numbers in there, so they might be subbing in some younger guys or some non-starters right now. Looks like Noah Thompson, sophomore defensive back, was in on that play.
Coach for East Grand Forks shouting out some commands on the near sideline. His team up 42-7. 11 seconds to go in the third. Vadova will give to his running back once again. I believe that's Vosick again on the carry, and he's going to get the first down for a gain of 5.
Okay, like I said last drive, pass it any way you want, because obviously they show they can do it at some points. But I'd like to see some more of it right here, right now. Even though you're down 42-7, even if it doesn't amount to a win or anything else, at least work on this part of your game.
Down 42-7, and the clock will hit triple zeros here on quarter number 3. 42-7, Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We'll take a break here on yourliveevent.com.
New to our portfolio, pending approval, is 8961. 8961, as you can see, some excellent root shapes here. We could place this one in fusarium country under those moderate to severe categories and still be providing us some excellent tons and sugar per acre as well. So we're really excited about this one. Another high tonnage type beet with good sugar on top of it.
(42-7), and we're going to get started in quarter number 4. East Grand Forks in charge of the football and in charge of looking for some more points. Overall, Derek, your reactions to this game, which started out as 2 turnover on downs, so we thought maybe it would be a defensive battle, but then Colton Hackle took over.
Well, when you look at the defensive numbers by this EGF team, only giving up, like I said, 16 points per game, you'd think they could hold this offense and not hold and Hackle.
Vadova in that pistol set takes the handoff, or actually gives to Vosick, rather. Works it up the middle to the 40-yard line for, looks like a gain of 6. And it's 2nd and 4.
And I won't beat it into the ground anymore, but, you know, maybe not show off your playbook, but show off some things that you haven't been working on recently, as in passing the ball in this game. Just see what works for the future.
And they had a nice 70-yard strike, so they know they can throw the football. Vadova, handoff, Vosick off the left side. Room to work as he sheds a tackle right around the 40-yard line and still going on the far sideline. And he's close to the line to gain. If he gets it, it'll be a gain of 4, and he gets it, so first down for the Green Wave.
And that was good, hard running by Vosick, putting his shoulder down and dragging a few defenders along with him.
42-7, Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Same formation again for East Grand Forks. Vadova takes the snap, handoff, Vosick. Now he's going to shake a tackler to the 46, falls forward to the 49, and will give a gain officially of, looks like 5 yards.
I gotta say, we've raved about this Perham defensive line of Long and Bennett, but those 2 inside backers in this 4-2-5 defense of the Yellow Jackets, Blake Lawrence and Brian Ramos, have been doing a great job containing Vosick.
Good job indeed. They're up 42-7. 10.5 to go. Vadova to Vosick. Hard running there as he puts a Yellow Jacket on his rear end, running right through him for a gain of 12 and another first down.
And that was Gabe Thompson, the one that took the brunt of that tackle. And he kind of plays as like a third linebacker coming down from his defensive back position.
Now it's first down and 10 for East Grand Forks, as we're going to get inside of 10 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Vadova in that pistol set, man across the formation is Gerber in motion. Vadova to Vosick, and he's going to be stopped for maybe 1 yard gain, now 2nd and 9.
And just like that, EGF is in Perham territory running the ball, but I don't want to say too little too late, 42-7. It takes time, obviously, to run the ball. Time trickles off the clock. They don't call it shoe clock for a reason when you run the ball, and that's what has happened here.
Now 17 carries for 51 yards for the running back for East Grand Forks, Carter Vosick. 5'8", 160-pound junior. Vadova the snap, gives to Vosick again, puts his foot in the ground, runs it upfield, and some more good hard running right there. All that work, and he gets 7.
Refs might have missed a hold right there on Ben Shemansky. The linebacker came in, and he was in the backfield. One of the offensive linemen had him, dragged him back by his hips, and I don't know how they missed that call, but he's had a good game filling in on some subbing in roles here.
Inside 9 minutes, 42-7. Perham Yellow Jackets in front. And now the East Grand Forks Green Wave not really in any sort of hurry with the big lead at 42-7. They just want to execute correctly with Vadova in the pistol formation. 2 receivers to the right. Wing back is Gerber. 1 receiver to the far side of the field and the wide side. Man coming in motion across the formation. That's going to be Schultz. Vadova fakes the handoffs, takes it himself, works his way up for a couple of yards. He needed about 3 or 4, and he's going to get 6 and a first down for East Grand Forks.
And it looked like that would have been Tegan Bennett, who played that pretty well. He had that outside contained, and Vadova still took it himself out of the hands of his running back, out of Vosik's hands, and he just used his shoulders and brunted his way up for the first down.
Approaching the 8-minute mark, quarter number 4, Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, 42-7. Perham Yellow Jackets on top of the East Grand Forks High School Green Wave.
That wouldn't be Bennett anymore, though. I believe they got the younger guy subbed in.
Now Vadova, similar formation. 2 running backs stand behind him. Takes the snap, gives to his running back. That's Schultz. Off the right side on an inside run play. Gets about 3.
That's what you call a pride drive, you know, like you said, just want to execute cleanly, do it correctly, and at least do your best to put some points on the board. And the basic part of it is do it correctly.
Some good hard running keeps the clock running as it's 2nd down and 8. 2 receivers are going to split out to the left side, a single receiver to the right. Vadova on the shotgun again. How's the snap? Gives to his man. That's his running back and drugged down. And I believe it was Vosik again on the carry. Nope, that is number 33 for East Grand Forks. Sam Joik gains a couple of yards here in the latter half of the 4th quarter, trailing 42-7 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard.
I don't want to be proven wrong again, but I believe we can get accustomed to seeing these draw plays for the next however many plays it takes to get into the end zone.
3rd down and 7. Joik, the running back, still in the backfield behind Vadova. Has the snap. Gives to Joik, runs into one of his offensive linemen, spins his way forward, and still keeps the feet churning. And some defenders jump on him. Gets maybe 2.
And you like to see that out of one of your backup backs, though. And Joik, 5'5", but a sturdy 195, I believe, 180. Not as quite as sturdy I made him out to be, but he showed it off right there, bouncing off one of his own linemen and also a defensive player as well.
Gets a couple of yards, makes it 4th down and 4. Ball on the Perham 25-yard line. 2 receivers either side. Vadova, Joik behind him at the running back spot. Takes the snap as Vadova, quickly looks to the left, thought he had something there. He's going to step up, avoids the rush, and is going to be drugged down. Yes, he will. And that'll be a sack for the Perham Yellow Jackets and a loss of a couple and a turnover on downs. 5:20 to go, quarter number 4. Football back to the Perham Yellow Jackets.
And I believe the defensive coordinator, James Malinky, and his defensive line team should get a lot of praise for the game they've played. Even the backups right there doing a good job in containing this EGF offense.
So now we'll see the second string offense, I would assume, for Perham. Get a couple of the younger guys in. Receiver split out to the near side of the field is Austin Onenson. Trying to get the number on the quarterback with a late substitution is number 26, Austin Schmeltz. And man in motion, number 31, high snap. Blaze Schmidt is the quarterback in now for Perham, who brings it to the left side and maybe gets 1. Looks like lost 1.
Doesn't matter who's in at quarterback right now. Even though they're up 42-7, a lot of high snaps tonight. A lot of things. Because one small margin of error and it could go the other way.
Definitely a question for Coach Kyle Knutson. If you're going to take away, you're up 42-7. A lot of positives to look at, but always room for improvement to tighten up here later in the season and in the very late part of this shortened up season, heading into section tournaments in a couple of weeks. Toss to the right side and a fumble on the play. They went for the fake handoff and looked like Schmidt went for the toss out to his running back, and they jump all over it. I believe Schmidt was the guy to get there on top of it, and it's 3rd down and 14.
High snaps, muff punts, and fumbles right there. Even though you're up 42-7, Coach Knutson will definitely grill his guys in the film room this weekend about the small miscues that they did have.
And those small miscues and those little things in the latter half of the season into the section tournaments, so important. With 3 minutes to go, 3.5 rather, to go in the game, 42-7. Schmidt will let the play clock wind down. Another high snap, but a handoff on the jet sweep. Coming around near side is Noah Thompson. Room to run across midfield goes Thompson to the 40, 35-30, wrapped up at the 25, and brought down at the 24-yard line by Cooper Smith for East Grand Forks.
Just chalk it up as another play for Knutson to grill his guys on this weekend. You know, coaches, they can be up big as they want, but they will not miss any opportunity, going into the playoffs or not, to give their guys a hard time.
25-yard line now after the long run from the Perham Yellow Jackets. Inside 3 minutes to go in the game. Yellow Jackets 42, Green Wave 7. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Blaze Schmidt, the freshman for Perham, still in at quarterback. Man comes in motion. Another high snap. Handoff goes to number 26. That's Austin Schmelz. And gets maybe 1 or 2. So now 2nd down.
And I'm sure a bunch of Thompson's teammates are telling him he has to score on that play. I was waving goodbye there for a second. It looked like he was going to take it off the sideline. Eventually tracked down. I'm sure there'll be a few jabs and ribs in the locker room after that.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. 2:15 to go. Can the second unit from Perham punch it in for a few final points? Now 2:05 to go. Whitecap official peeks into the offensive huddle, tells the second unit for Perham to hurry it up just a little bit, and now they come out to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun is Schmidt. Sends his man in motion. Hands off his running back on the far side of the field. That's Hudson Hackle, who I can only assume is related to Colton Hackle. And gets a couple yards, maybe 1, brings up 3rd down.
This might be the point in time in the game where Big Bro, we're talking about, ribbon on teammates. Big Bro's going to be telling Little Bro, you're in the game now. You need to score. I put up, 5, 6 touchdowns tonight. You're lacking behind. And then Little Bro might say, well, I haven't played yet.
With 1:20, I don't think he's going to catch up to those touchdown numbers. And now we'll see if they'll see how many snaps they'll take before taking a knee, unless they score on one of these. Another high snap, and they get the handoff down clean to Noah Thompson around the near side edge and ripped down by the Green Wave. And the big defender running him down was Sam Joik, the junior for the Green Wave.
Yeah, just good young talent, tackling young talent, the future.
Something that you can look forward to. You don't like to look forward to next season, of course, but it's always in the back of your mind with young players getting in and seeing how sharp they can be offensively and defensively.
This should be the last play of the game.
30 seconds to go. 42-7. Looks like will be our final score. If the quarterback, Blaze Schmidt, the freshman, in for Perham. Has the snap, gives to his man, actually keeps it himself, runs it off to the right side, back into the middle of the field. 10 seconds to go, and that should run out on the clock. Clock's going to hit 000. The final score, Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets 42, East Grand Forks Green Wave 7. We'll take a break, head into the post-game show, give you some statistics, and talk about what's next for both teams here on yourliveevent.com.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Eagle Electric, American Federal Bank East Grand Forks, Sanford Health East Grand Forks, American Crystal Sugar Company, Little Miracles, Northland Custom Woodworking, Imprints Screen Printing, Hugo's Family Marketplace, Weber Irrigation, Achieve Therapy and Fitness, CNH Insurance East Grand Forks. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
My U of M is real, hands-on, and will get me ready for anything. Crookston is the U of M for me.
Hey fans, like this video and subscribe to the YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, contact us on YourLiveEvent.com.
American Crystal Sugar Company, with their 4,000 plus employees and shareholders, are deeply rooted in the communities of the Red River Valley. They're committed to the sustainability and growth of their business and to improving lives in the places where we work and live by investing in people, our communities, and the future of American Crystal Sugar. Visit crystalsugar.com to learn more about scholarships, grants, volunteerism, donations, and more through the Community Roots American Crystal Giving Program. Growing strong community roots. American Crystal Sugar Company.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. East Grand Forks Public Schools will engage and empower learners to contribute and succeed in a diverse and changing world. Today's student, tomorrow's leader. For more information on the East Grand Forks Public Schools, including teachers' pages, updates, the weekly newsletter, EGF activities and events calendars, and more, go to egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
YourLiveEvent.com is grateful to be working with the East Grand Forks Public Schools to provide a video stream and play-by-play for varsity home athletic events this season. We encourage all fans to subscribe to YourLiveEvent.com YouTube channel and to like this video stream. YourLiveEvent.com is powered by R&J Broadcasting Incorporated and Halstead Telephone. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor, visit yourliveevent.com for more information.
Harvest is more than the act of reaping what you've sown. It's the culmination of months of hard effort, along with a few weeks of working 24/7 to bring the crop in. At Sesvanderhof, we're continuously working to develop sugar beet varieties that thrive despite the pressures from disease and the challenges of nature, so that you can end each harvest on a high note. Because sharing the pride of success starts with sharing the passion to achieve it. Sesvanderhof, a passion that grows.
42-7, the final score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets get their second win of the season over the East Grand Forks Green Wave. And tonight, Derek, it was Colton Hackle on the ground and a little bit through the air for the Perham Yellow Jackets.
It doesn't exist, but in the make-believe world of the Midwestern Red Conference Fantasy Football League, if you started Colton Hackle, you won this week. 5 total touchdowns on the night for him, 4 on the ground, 1 through the air. He wasn't missing his tight end, Finn Diggins. Didn't look like they missed him at all. They didn't miss a stride, except for that first possession of the game.
And for Perham, we talked about some things they could work on moving forward, because they're a sharp team. Now they're going to sit at 2-3 overall going into the final game of the regular season versus the Fergus Falls Otters. That's going to be played on November 11th, but we talked about some of the things that they can clean up a little bit, and some of those things being high snaps, and then also the handoffs after the high snaps as well.
And 2 muff punts in the first quarter that could have easily equated to EGF points. EGF just not executing on the small things, and at some points Perham didn't execute on the small things either, but they had the offensive firepower to make up for it with Colton Hackle.
And for East Grand Forks, on the other side of things, you know what the negatives were. You know they didn't play very good defensively. They had a tough time stopping Colton Hackle and recognizing their assignments. There's a lot of negatives you can point out, of course, but sometimes it is good to look at a couple positives. And on a positive note, they did okay through the air with a 70-yard run, and they had a long run that negated by a holding penalty. But there are some positives you can take from that one as well.
Yeah, a few here and there. That one drive, the 70-yard bomb to Campos down the right sideline, that looked nice. That started a scoring drive. They were deep in their own territory. Like I said, big bomb into Perham territory. And just finding their rhythm down there in the red zone. They looked very clean, executed nicely, except the only negative about it is you're down so much and you keep running the ball at this level, the clock is going to keep ticking and ticking. And I don't have the stats on me right now between the difference between pass and rush, but I know it's staggeringly rush heavy.
Well, that might be something moving forward for Ryan Kozowski, the head coach for East Grand Forks. Maybe they take a look at the passing game a little more. Maybe they run a few more route trees in practice. Maybe they air it out a little bit more next week versus Park Rapids area next Wednesday, the 11th. We'll take a quick break, roll on with the post-game show, give you some statistics, and keep her going right here on yourliveevent.com.
There's no way to count the number of sandwiches you've packed over the years. Hard to imagine this day would come. Yeah, there's still the same fields, the same roads, the same hard work. But now they're in someone else's hands. And you couldn't be more proud of who you're handing the farm to. No matter what the future holds, Ag Country is here to help you plan ahead.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Tim Shea's Nursery and Landscaping, Salon 222, Evergreen Insurance Agency, Border States Trophy and Awards, Leisureland RV, Northdale Oil, Shields, Custom Stripes. We ask that you please thank and patronize these sponsors of the Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At East Grand Forks Public Schools, excellence is the expectation for every learner, every day. At East Grand Forks, they offer a number of extracurricular activities, including athletics, academic clubs, speech, drama, and many more. At ISD 595, they encourage students to participate in as many extracurricular activities as possible. They feel students will gain valuable life lessons through these activities. For more information, visit egf.k12.mn.us. Good luck, Green Wave, from the East Grand Forks Public Schools.
42-7, the final score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Perham Yellow Jackets get the victory over the East Grand Forks Green Wave. I want to give you some final statistics here on our post-game show. First, for the Green Wave on the ground. For, the quarterback, Sam Vadova, had 26 yards on the ground on 10 total carries. One of the running backs, Carter Vosick, had 58 total yards on the ground on 19 carries. And then a couple other carries for a few other running backs. Caleb Schmiedeberg had 6 yards, only had 1 carry. And then also one of the younger guys getting into the game was Sam Joik, also 6 yards on only 2 carries. Through the air, though, we said East Grand Forks did okay. Only passed it 4 times, went 2 for 4 for 77 yards and a touchdown. There's a 70-yard touchdown strike from Sam Vadova to one of their receivers, junior receiver Tanner Campos, who that was his only reception of the evening. Jeremiah Havig had a reception for 12 yards, and also number 84, Cole Gerber, had a reception for 7 yards for 99 total yards and 260 total yards of offense for East Grand Forks this evening. Different story on the other side of things for the Perham Yellow Jackets. Take a look first here at Chaz Melvin, had 106 yards on the ground and a touchdown score. Also on the ground, only carried the ball 3 times, but only gained 1 yard total. That was number 12, Josh Peterson, and a 4-yard carry for number 2, Levi Richter. We'll go to their quarterback. Had a big game in Colton Hackle with 245 total yards rushing this evening and 4 rushing touchdowns as well. Through the air, 2 for 5, 53 yards and a touchdown. So he was responsible for 5 total touchdowns this evening. And as Derek said, if you had him on your fictional fantasy team, he did pretty well tonight. 53 total yards of receiving as well. 1 reception goes to Chaz Melvin for the Perham Yellow Jackets, and a 28-yard touchdown score through the air goes to Josh Peterson. 462 total yards of offense for the Perham Yellow Jackets tonight. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up and take a look at what's ahead next for the Yellow Jackets and the Green Wave. Yellow Jackets defeat the Green Wave 42-7 tonight on yourliveevent.com.
East Grand Forks Green Wave Sports on yourliveevent.com are made possible by the Green Wave corporate sponsors, including Up North Pizza Pub, BSN Sports, East Grand Forks Youth Basketball Association, Construction Engineers, Red River Bean and Seed LLC, Franson Bank and Trust, GW and Sons Construction, East Grand Forks Blue Line Club, Reliance Telephone and Security, and by Caulfield Studios. Please thank and patronize these sponsors of Green Wave Athletics whenever possible.
42-7 is the final score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We're going to take a look at what's ahead next for both teams. For East Grand Forks, the Green Wave, they're going to fall to 1-3 overall on the season. Their next game will be the final game of the regular season for the Section 8 AAA playoffs. That's going to be next Wednesday. So a short week versus Park Rapids area. The Panthers, a team that the Perham Yellow Jackets defeated earlier in the season in their first game of the season, 40-7. Derek, moving into that final game of the regular season, what would you say that the Green Wave really need to be good at in order to defeat Park Rapids area?
They have to defend the run. It's what did them in tonight, and not just the run of the running back. Obviously, tonight was all the quarterback in Colton Hackle, and when they let that, I guess, fester, his running ability, for them it's festering because it's hurting them, and it gives him all the attention, and then he can just dump off the load to the guys like Chaz Melvin. And then you let one guy gain momentum, the next guy feeds off that, and that whole offensive line in the backfield for Perham, they are all just feeding off of all the big chunks they were getting all night long, and it just kind of snowballed into 42 points.
42-7 the final, and you're exactly right. It's snowballing. Those first couple of drives were turnovers on downs. We thought maybe it would be a defensive battle tonight, but Hackle turns it on for Perham, and his team moves on and improves. Well, not moves on, rather, but they'll move on to next week and improve to 2-3 overall on their season. Their next game versus the Fergus Falls Otters. That one also next Wednesday on November 11th, and I'll ask you the same thing versus Fergus Falls. What does Perham need to do to even up their record at 3-3?
I say duplicate this, but don't get complacent with the way you played, because I said, earlier in the keys of the game, this team, Perham, had a dominant pass against EGF. Well, you can't just assume like games like this will happen. You have to execute, even when you got guys out like Diggins. And Hackle really played not the Diggins role, because I know Hackle has his own ability, but he caught some balls, he rushed it, and he threw it. So he did a little bit of everything. And I say duplicate that, keep this momentum going, because like we said, EGF didn't have that momentum. They didn't play a game last week. That's why they're 1-2. That's why they're ahead, technically, statistically, of Perham in the standings in the section. But you have, bring up the snowball again. All of this momentum after after a 3-game losing streak, those guys were probably a little bit hungry, probably a little bit fed up after the previous success they've had in the last 10 years or so. And they took out some anger tonight on EGF on their senior night of all nights. So bad night for the Green Wave on senior night.
Yeah, it'd be a big question for Coach Kozowski and East Grand Forks about that whole week that they had off, and it certainly looked like it definitely had an effect on them, and they kind of fell back tonight. The final score, 42-7 on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. And I want to thank our sponsors throughout tonight's broadcast. You heard our sponsors throughout the commercial breaks and saw our sponsors as well here on yourliveevent.com. You saw and heard those sponsors. And folks, let me tell you, without the help of our fabulous sponsors, our broadcast tonight would not be possible, as well as it would not be possible to broadcast games in the future. So at the very least, if you could, please tell those sponsors thank you. For the final time tonight, the final score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, 42-7 goes the way of the Perham Yellow Jackets, who improved to 2-3 overall on the season, and the East Grand Forks Green Wave fall to 1-3. Dawson Peterson now speaking for Derek Zimmerman-Geyer, the color commentator here this evening, and Ryan McCollum, our engineer here behind the scenes helping us out, saying so long and signing off here on yourliveevent.com.